It's the Gear Tester here, and welcome to my initial impressions review on the Primary Arms Raptor, a 1:6 variable power optic with bullet drop compensation built into the reticle.
This scope, the Raptor, is a Primary Arms optic, and it has the ACSS reticle in it. And so I'll throw up a picture of the exact reticle that this has. I've been playing around some with variable power optics on rifles. And so early on, about 8 years ago, I had 3x9 rifle scopes on my rifles. And we're talking about guns like Mini 14s, bolt action rifles, non-AR platforms.
Here you see some footage of a video of me shooting my Mini 14 with a Leupold 3x9 variable power optic on the gun almost 9 years ago. Well, this is one of the first videos that I filmed, edited, and uploaded to my YouTube channel. And you can see I'm trying to figure out here in this video, can I shoot quickly at relatively short distances, 20-30 yards, with the 3x9 optic.
And then when I decided to get AR-15 platforms, I ended up purchasing red dots, the Aimpoint Comp M4S, because I wanted to be able to shoot quickly, and I was thinking I was going to use it primarily for things like home defense. And I really like my Aimpoint Comp M4S, and I've purchased other Aimpoints since then.
I want to share with you my evolution and my knowledge base when it comes to optics on rifles. And that'll help you understand why the Primary Arms Raptor is so interesting to me with its variable power options, and then the fact that it has bullet drop compensation built into the reticle. When I purchased my first AR-15, I mounted an Aimpoint Comp M4S on that gun. And I wanted to try out red dots. I hadn't had a lot of experience with red dots, and I wanted to try them out, and I wanted to see if I was able to shoot more quickly, how accurate I was with them. But that didn't mean that I stopped experimenting with magnified optics on AR-15s. Here you can see me shooting an AR-15 with a Leupold VX1 3x9 optic on it. You can get good hits with this setup, but when you compare the 3x9 to a red dot, it is harder to be fast and accurate. However, when you're shooting at longer distance, 100 yards, 150, 200 yards, having the variable power optic does indeed increase your hit potential. What I found is that the duplex reticles in these 3x9 optics from Leupold that I was using were lacking. I was having problems judging distance and then having a really hard time estimating holdovers. So I ended up purchasing about 3.5 years ago a Trigicon ACOG that was a fixed 3.5 power magnified optic that had bullet drop compensation for the particular 5.56 load I was using. And that enabled me to shoot more accurately. And I've used this optic in this package for hunting and been more successful with it. More successful than I've been with either the red dot or the variable power 3x9 optics with a duplex reticle.
But about 1.5 years ago, I purchased a Trigicon 1:4 power Acu point.
The reason this optic was interesting to me is that on the 1 power magnification level, I would be able to shoot the gun quickly at close targets, similar to something like a red dot, and then I'd be able to spin up the greater magnification to be able to shoot out at further distances. The Trigicon Acu Point 1:4 power optic has a reticle that has a post with a little red triangle on it that allows for some rudimentary holdovers at distance. I hope this gives you understanding of my evolution as a shooter and my knowledge base when it comes to optics on rifles. I started out with 3x9 duplex optics on my rifles. Then when I purchased AR-15s, I got Aimpoints because I thought that was interesting and cool. Then about 3.5 years ago, I purchased my Trigicon ACOG, a 3.5 power fixed optic. And then more recently, I purchased the Trigicon Acu Point 1:4. That's the journey I've taken in my quest to find the ultimate rifle optic. An optic that's going to allow me to shoot quickly at close distances and then allow me to spin up and have some kind of bullet drop compensation that will enable me to estimate distances and hit targets at 300, 400, 500 yards. I think that the Primary Arms Raptor might just be the ultimate optic I've been looking for.
And so you can see here, this is the ACSS Raptor that's got a bullet drop compensator for 5.56 or 5.45 by 39, even 308 you could use for this. And I really like the fact that at the 1 power that you can see I'm on right now, I can shoot up close and quickly, and then I can spin this all the way up to 6 power and be able to now get precision hits, good shots at targets at 200 and even 300 yards. So I like the versatility of this because I can have it on the 1 power, and that's the beauty of these things. At 1 power is I can shoot it almost as fast as a red dot, especially because this has an illuminated reticle, and then I can spin it up and have precision shots at longer distance, or it allows me to identify targets. This is a first focal plane scope. You can get it a similar version or identical version that's second focal plane. What I like about the first focal plane is if you look at the reticle on this gun, it has holdovers out to 600 yards. You're able to estimate your range and then use the different hash marks on the ACSS reticle and get more precise hits on target rather than just estimating a random holdover in your optic. But because it's a first focal plane scope, that means that those holdovers, because this is an adjustable power or optic, those holdovers always work. So whether I'm on 1 power or whether I'm on 3 power or whether I'm on 6 power, I can always trust that bullet drop compensation to be accurate. On a second focal plane, you can't do that. You would shoot, you would hit basically in the same place at whatever you zero it. So let's say we've zeroed this at 100 yards, out to 100 yards, I'm hitting in the same place. But then if I start trying to use those hash mark, those holdovers to shoot at further distance on a second focal plane, that's probably only going to be the case. They'll only actually line up if I'm at the highest magnification. And so what I like about first focal plane with the variable power optic and being able to use those bullet drop compensation that's built into the ACSS reticle is the fact that with the first focal plane, no matter what power setting I'm on, I am able to take advantage of the bullet drop compensation, and I'm not sitting there shooting at a target, boom, 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 and I'm just missing it every time thinking, what's going on? Oh my goodness, I failed to have it on 6 power. So I'm going to continue testing and using this Primary Arms ACSS Raptor, and I look forward to giving you guys a longer review, a full review, sometime in the future.
If you like this video, please support our sponsors, affiliates, and friends. Companies like Firebox Stoves, Excess Sights, Valley Food Storage, and Occam Defense Solutions. You can also support the TheGearTester YouTube channel directly by becoming a patron of the TheGearTester YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your views and your subscriptions. My goal here at the TheGearTester YouTube channel is to produce quality video reviews on the topics of shooting, camping, and survival gear.